So everybody wants to be loved, but the kind of love we want is really hard to find. And yet I've found the greatest love ever in the most unusual place, right here in a graveyard. Well, it's actually in a movie scene that's in a graveyard. Today's video is Hocus Pocus and the Greatest Act of Love. Don't worry, it won't be creepy. Not only do we really want to be loved, we need to be loved. We're wired for relationships. We're wired to walk through life together, for companionship, even for intimacy. And we look at a lot of different places, from friendships, family, romance, even sex, but so often we come up short. We get let down. And I've been there before, and I've found that relationships that I've been in, they were conditional. They were selfish. They were more about them than they were about me, and it hurts. And maybe you've been in relationships like that before too, where you get betrayed by a friend, or you get dumped by someone that you loved, or cheated on by the person that was your whole world. And it leaves you in this place where you're needing love, and yet you're not finding the kind of love that you really want. So what kind of love do we really want? And how do we get it? Well, this is the 30th anniversary of a pretty cheesy Halloween movie called Hocus Pocus. And in the movie, there's a really great scene that shows us the kind of love that we really want. And the good news is that it's available to us. So let's talk about the scene, and then I'll show you how to get it. So the story of Hocus Pocus is about Max Dennison, who moves to Salem, Massachusetts, and inadvertently brings back to life 3 witches, the Sanderson sisters, who had been previously executed for killing a young child, literally sucking her soul out of her. It's a terrifying movie. It gave me nightmares as a kid. So now that the Sanderson sisters are back to life, they have to take the soul of another child to become immortal. The rest of the story is about them making this potion and trying to give it to Max's sister, Dani. Well, I won't tell you the whole movie, but in the climactic scene, they're in a graveyard much like this one, and the witches are on their brooms and they're flying about and they're trying to get Dani. Max, of course, is trying to protect his sister. And there's a moment where one of the witches scoops up Dani and takes her up high on a broom and pulls out the potion to give to her so that they can extract her soul from her. But with the help of a magical cat, the potion is knocked from the witch's hand and falls down, and Max catches it. And at this point, he's faced with a decision. The witches are demanding the potion back, and he knows that if he gives it to her, they're going to take her soul. But if he smashes it to the ground, the witches will throw his sister Dani from the broom to her certain death. So Max surprises everyone by drinking the potion, essentially sacrificing himself to save his sister. I mean, this is the scene that shows us the kind of love that we really want. It's inspiring because the kind of love that we want is unconditional, and it's self-sacrificial. It's unconditional in that it takes us in our mess, it takes us as we are, without requiring us to do anything. And it's self-sacrificial, and then it gives itself up for you completely. This is the kind of love that we really want, and it's available to us. But to understand how it's available to us, we have to understand that not only is it hard to find, but that we in turn, we actually don't give this kind of love to others. I mean, in our friendships and in our family and in our other relationships, we don't give unconditional and self-sacrificial love. And we cause harm to other people. We say things that cause hurt and that cause pain. And not only do we hurt the people that we say that we love, but we are sinning against the God who created the world and everything in it, that created the people that we say that we love. And because He is the creator, we are deserving of death. But God showed His love to us in this, that while we were still treating people in this way, while we were not loving people unconditionally and self-sacrificial, while we were causing hurt against them and against Him, He showed His love by sending His Son Jesus to die for us, to rescue us. In the same way that Max drank the potion for his sister to save her, Jesus drank the cup of death to save us. You see, we're far more evil than we would like to even think, but we are far more loved than we could possibly even imagine. That Jesus is our true older brother who took the blame for our sin, so took the punishment of our sin, so that we could have life. Unconditionally, we did nothing for it. Self-sacrificially, He gave Himself completely. And if you believe in Him and you accept this kind of love, not only do you experience it in a deep and profound way, but you can in turn begin to give that in your friendships, in your family, in your other relationships. Hey, I'd love to know what you think about this idea. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you found this video helpful, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with friends.